Property and Casualty Exam questions.
Question 1. The duty to preserve evidence arises when: Option A. A party reasonably anticipates litigation. Option B. Litigation is formally filed in court. Option C. Only after a specific court order is issued. Option D. Never, unless a subpoena is received.
The correct answer is option A, any water damage. NFIP defines flood as inundation of normally dry land affecting 2 or more properties or 2 or more acres. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 2. Fiduciary liability insurance covers: Option A, general business operations. Option B, breach of fiduciary duty in managing employee benefit plans. Option C, automobile liability. Option D, workers' compensation. The correct answer is option C, automobile liability. Fiduciary liability covers claims arising from mismanagement of employee benefit plans. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 3. Completed operations coverage under a CGL covers: Option A, work in progress. Option B, bodily injury or property damage from work that has been completed by the insured. Option C, only construction. Option D, only manufacturing. The correct answer is option A, work in progress. Completed operations covers liability for the insured's finished work. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 4. The damage to property exclusion in the CGL excludes: Option A, all property damage. Option B, damage to the insured's own work, with exceptions, and property in the insured's care, custody, or control. Option C, only damage to buildings. Option D, only damage to personal property. The correct answer is option D, only damage to personal property. The your work and care, custody, or control exclusions apply. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 5. Assigned risk plans for auto insurance: Option A, are for preferred risks. Option B, provide coverage to drivers who cannot obtain insurance in the voluntary market. Option C, offer lower rates. Option D, are optional for all drivers. The correct answer is option C, offer lower rates. Assigned risk plans are the market of last resort for high-risk drivers. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 6. Actual cash value, ACV, is calculated as: Option A, replacement cost only. Option B, replacement cost minus depreciation. Option C, market value of the property. Option D, agreed value at policy inception. The correct answer is option D, agreed value at policy inception. ACV equals replacement cost, depreciation. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 7. The PAP's other insurance clause for liability typically provides: Option A, pro rata sharing with other policies. Option B, that the PAP is excess over other collectible insurance for non-owned vehicles. Option C, no coverage if other insurance exists. Option D, primary coverage always. The correct answer is option C, no coverage if other insurance exists. For non-owned vehicles, the PAP is typically excess over other collectible insurance. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 8. Host liquor liability under a homeowner's policy: Option A, covers a business serving alcohol. Option B, covers the insured who serves alcohol to guests at a social event, not a business. Option C, excludes all alcohol-related claims. Option D, requires a separate policy. The correct answer is option A, covers a business serving alcohol. Host liquor liability covers social hosts, not those in the business of selling alcohol. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 9. The term stock in a commercial property policy refers to: Option A, shares of ownership. Option B, merchandise held for sale, raw materials, and work in progress. Option C, equipment. Option D, real estate. The correct answer is option C, equipment. Stock is the insured's inventory, raw materials, goods in process, and finished goods. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 10. Personal injury protection, PIP, coverage typically includes: Option A, only medical expenses. Option B, medical expenses, lost wages, and essential services regardless of fault. Option C, only property damage. Option D, only liability. The correct answer is option A, only medical expenses. PIP provides broad first-party benefits including medical, wage loss, and replacement services. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 11. Ride-sharing, TNC, coverage gaps are addressed by: Option A, standard PAPs automatically. Option B, endorsements or separate policies that cover the period when the driver is logged into the app but has not accepted a ride. Option C, commercial policies only with no other options. Option D, no available coverage. The correct answer is option B, endorsements or separate policies that cover the period when the driver is logged into the app but has not accepted a ride. Standard PAPs exclude livery. TNC endorsements or hybrid policies fill the coverage gap. Question 12. An insurance guarantee association. Option A guarantees profits for insurers. Option B protects policyholders and claimants when an insurer becomes insolvent. Option C is a federal program. Option D insures all risks. The correct answer is option A, guarantees profits for insurers. State guarantee funds pay covered claims of insolvent insurers. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 13. Debris removal coverage in a property policy. Option A is never included. Option B pays for the cost of removing debris after a covered loss. Option C covers only earthquake debris. Option D is the same as pollution coverage. The correct answer is option D, is the same as pollution coverage. Debris removal coverage is typically included as an additional coverage, subject to policy limits. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 14. The HO3 form covers personal property on what basis? Option A open perils. Option B named perils. Option C replacement cost automatically. Option D agreed value. The correct answer is option C, replacement cost automatically. Personal property under HO3 is covered on a named perils basis. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 15. The earned premium for an auditable policy is based on, option A, the deposit premium only, option B, the actual exposure during the policy period, option C, the estimated exposure, option D, the minimum premium only. The correct answer is option D, the minimum premium only. Earned premium is determined by the audit of actual exposure. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 16. A stated amount auto policy. Option A guarantees payment of the stated amount. Option B states the insured's valuation, but the insurer pays the lesser of stated amount or ACV. Option C pays replacement cost. Option D has no limit. The correct answer is option C, pays replacement cost. Stated amount is not a guarantee, the insurer pays the lesser of the stated amount or ACV. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 17. An insurer's certificate of authority is, option A, a license to sell insurance in the state. Option B, a producer's license. Option C, a certificate of insurance. Option D, an adjuster's license. The correct answer is option B, a producer's license. A certificate of authority is the state's authorization for an insurer to do business. In this rotation, B is correct. Question 18. A deductible in an insurance policy is, option A, the premium paid by the insured. Option B, the amount the insured must pay out of pocket before the insurer pays. Option C, the maximum amount the insurer will pay. Option D, the agent's commission. The correct answer is option D, the agent's commission. A deductible is the portion of a loss that the insured bears before insurance coverage applies. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 19. Collision coverage in a PAP covers, option A damage from fire and theft. Option B damage from the upset of the vehicle or impact with another vehicle or object. Option C damage from falling objects. Option D medical expenses. The correct answer is option C, damage from falling objects. Collision covers upset, rollover, or impact with another vehicle or object. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 20. Collision coverage in a PAP is typically written with, option A, no deductible. Option B, a deductible selected by the insured. Option C, a mandatory $1,000 deductible. Option D, a percentage deductible. The correct answer is option D, a percentage deductible. Collision coverage usually has a deductible chosen by the insured. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 21. Employment practices liability insurance, EPLI, covers, option A, workers' compensation claims. Option B, claims alleging discrimination, harassment, wrongful termination, and retaliation. Option C, general liability. Option D, automobile accidents. The correct answer is option C, general liability. EPLI covers employment-related wrongful acts. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 22. Subrogation in property insurance allows the insurer to, option A, cancel the policy. Option B, recover claim payments from a negligent third party. Option C, deny all claims. Option D, increase premiums. The correct answer is option A, cancel the policy. Subrogation transfers the insured's right of recovery to the insurer after a claim is paid. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 23. The omnibus clause, permissive use, in a PAP extends liability coverage to, option A, only the named insured, option B, any person using the covered auto with permission, option C, only family members, option D, only licensed drivers. The correct answer is option A, only the named insured. Permissive users are covered under the liability section. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 24. A commercial articles coverage form, inland marine, covers, option A, real estate, option B, scheduled, high-value items such as fine arts, jewelry, and cameras, option C, automobiles, option D, inventory only. The correct answer is option A, real estate. Commercial articles floaters cover scheduled items of high value. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 25. The CGL policy's supplementary payments include, option A, the judgment amount, option B, costs taxed against the insured, prejudgment interest, and reasonable expenses incurred at the insurer's request, option C, the deductible, option D, attorney fees for the insured's personal attorney. The correct answer is option D, attorney fees for the insured's personal attorney. Supplementary payments cover certain defense-related costs in addition to limits. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 26. An insurance agent represents, option A, the insured, option B, the insurer, option C, the state insurance department, option D, the general public. The correct answer is option A, the insured. An agent represents the insurer and has the authority to bind coverage on behalf of the insurer. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 27. The business auto coverage form uses symbols to designate, option A, premium amounts, option B, which autos are covered, option C, deductible amounts, option D, policy limits. The correct answer is option A, premium amounts. Covered auto designation symbols define which vehicles are insured. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 28. Split liability limits in an auto policy are typically expressed as, option A, a single combined limit, option B, bodily injury per person / bodily injury per accident / property damage per accident, option C, only property damage limits, option D, only bodily injury limits. The correct answer is option A, a single combined limit. Split limits, example, 100/300/50, separate by per person, by per accident, and PD per accident. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 29. The general aggregate limit in a CGL policy, option A, only applies to premises claims, option B, caps the total payout for all covered claims except products completed operations, option C, is unlimited, option D, applies per occurrence. The correct answer is option D, applies per occurrence. The general aggregate is the maximum for all non-products claims. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 30. A no-fault auto insurance state requires, option A, the at-fault driver to pay all damages, option B, each driver's own insurance to pay their medical expenses and lost wages regardless of fault, option C, no insurance required, option D, only liability coverage. The correct answer is option D, only liability coverage. No fault, PIP, states require first-party coverage for injuries regardless of fault. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 31. The supplemental extended reporting period, TAIL, option A, is free, option B, provides an unlimited or longer period to report claims for an additional premium, option C, has no time limit and is automatic, option D, only applies to property claims. The correct answer is option B, provides an unlimited or longer period to report claims for an additional premium. Supplemental ERP offers extended reporting for an additional premium. Question 32. The National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, was created because, option A, flood coverage is always included in homeowners policies, option B, private insurers were unwilling to provide affordable flood insurance, option C, the government wanted to profit from flood insurance, option D, floods never cause significant damage. The correct answer is option D, floods never cause significant damage. The NFIP fills the gap left by the private market's unwillingness to cover flood risk. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 33. The HO3 form covers the dwelling on what basis? Option A, named perils, option B, open perils, all risk, option C, actual cash value only, option D, market value. The correct answer is option B, open perils, all risk. HO3 provides open perils coverage for the dwelling. Question 34. The Fair Credit Reporting Act affects insurance by Option A, prohibiting use of credit information. Option B, requiring insurers to notify applicants if adverse action is taken based on a credit report. Option C, mandating credit checks. Option D, ignoring credit information. The correct answer is option C, mandating credit checks. FCRA requires notice and consent for credit reports used in underwriting. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 35. The commercial auto policy's general conditions include all except Option A, bankruptcy of the insured does not relieve the insurer of obligations. Option B, the policy may be cancelled only by the insurer. Option C, concealment or fraud voids coverage. Option D, terms may be changed only by endorsement. The correct answer is option B, the policy may be cancelled only by the insurer. The insured can also cancel the policy. The insurer must provide notice per state law. Question 36. Part A of a personal auto policy, PAP, provides Option A, medical payments coverage. Option B, liability coverage, bodily injury and property damage. Option C, uninsured motorist coverage. Option D, physical damage coverage. The correct answer is option C, uninsured motorist coverage. Part A is liability coverage. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 37. The Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act prohibits Option A, prompt investigation of claims. Option B, misrepresenting policy provisions, failing to investigate, and delaying payment without reason. Option C, fair settlement offers. Option D, timely communication with claimants. The correct answer is option C, fair settlement offers. Unfair claims practices laws require fair, prompt handling of claims. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 38. A hit-and-run accident is covered under which PAP coverage? Option A, collision for property damage, for bodily injury if the driver is unidentified. Option B, only liability. Option C, only comprehensive. Option D, only medical payments. The correct answer is option B, only liability. Covers by from hit and run, collision covers vehicle damage, with deductible. Question 39. Employer's liability insurance, Part 2, covers Option A, statutory workers' compensation benefits. Option B, liability for work-related injuries not covered by workers' compensation statutes. Option C, property damage. Option D, automobile liability. The correct answer is option C, property damage. Employer's liability covers gaps in workers' compensation coverage. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 40. A wrap-up insurance program, OCIP/CCIP, provides Option A, only workers' compensation. Option B, liability coverage for all contractors on a construction project under one master policy. Option C, only property coverage. Option D, only builder's risk. The correct answer is option D, only builder's risk. Wrap-ups consolidate insurance for all parties on a construction project. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 41. The covered auto definition in a PAP includes Option A, only vehicles listed on the declarations page. Option B, vehicles listed on the declarations, newly acquired autos, and temporary substitute vehicles. Option C, any vehicle the insured drives. Option D, only owned vehicles. The correct answer is option B, vehicles listed on the declarations, newly acquired autos, and temporary substitute vehicles. Covered autos include listed vehicles, newly acquired autos, with notice, and temporary substitutes. Question 42. Spoilage coverage and equipment breakdown insurance applies to Option A, all food spoilage. Option B, spoilage of perishable goods caused by a covered equipment breakdown. Option C, spoilage from power outages only. Option D, spoilage from any cause. The correct answer is option A, all food spoilage. Spoilage coverage is triggered by a covered equipment breakdown, not general power outages. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 43. A commercial property policy's abandonment provision. Option A, requires the insured to abandon damaged property. Option B, states the insured may not abandon property to the insurer. Option C, allows the insured to demand the insurer accept the property. Option D, has no effect on the policy. The correct answer is option B, states the insured may not abandon property to the insurer. The insured cannot abandon damaged property and demand a total loss settlement. Question 44. Garagekeeper's legal liability can be written on a Option A, direct primary, direct excess, or legal liability basis. Option B, only primary basis. Option C, only excess basis. Option D, only no-fault basis. The correct answer is option B, only primary basis. Garage Keepers offers 3 options: direct primary, direct excess, and legal liability. Question 45. A fleet auto policy typically provides: Option A, coverage for a single vehicle. Option B, coverage for multiple vehicles under one policy, often with experience rating. Option C, only liability coverage. Option D, only physical damage coverage. The correct answer is option C, only liability coverage. Fleet policies cover multiple vehicles, typically 5+, under a single policy. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 46. A surplus lines insurer. Option A writes coverage for standard risks. Option B writes coverage for risks that standard insurers will not accept. Option C is always a domestic insurer. Option D does not need to be licensed. The correct answer is option B, writes coverage for risks that standard insurers will not accept. Surplus lines insurers provide coverage for unusual or high-risk exposures that admitted insurers decline. Question 47. A domestic insurer is one that is: Option A, incorporated in a foreign country. Option B, incorporated under the laws of the state in which it is doing business. Option C, incorporated in another state. Option D, not licensed. The correct answer is option B, incorporated under the laws of the state in which it is doing business. A domestic insurer is chartered in the state of reference. Question 48. Medical payments coverage in a CGL policy. Option A requires proof of negligence. Option B pays medical expenses for injuries on the insured's premises or from operations, regardless of fault. Option C pays the insured's own medical bills. Option D covers employees. The correct answer is option C, pays the insured's own medical bills. Medical payments coverage is no-fault coverage for injuries to others on the premises. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 49. Other than collision, comprehensive coverage covers: Option A, collision with another vehicle. Option B, losses such as fire, theft, vandalism, falling objects, and contact with animals. Option C, upset of the vehicle. Option D, liability for injuries to others. The correct answer is option D, liability for injuries to others. Comprehensive covers non-collision losses. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 50. A drive other car endorsement extends coverage for: Option A, any vehicle the insured drives. Option B, the named insured to drive non-owned vehicles not otherwise covered. Option C, only rental cars. Option D, only business vehicles. The correct answer is option C, only rental cars. This endorsement provides coverage for individuals who do not own a vehicle but regularly drive others' cars. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 51. Cancellation of an insurance policy. Option A, can be done without notice. Option B, must comply with policy provisions and state law regarding notice and reasons. Option C, is at the insured's sole discretion. Option D, requires court approval. The correct answer is option B, must comply with policy provisions and state law regarding notice and reasons. Cancellation requires proper notice and must comply with state law. Question 52. Redlining in insurances. Option A, drawing lines on a map. Option B, unfairly discriminating based on geographic location, often along racial or ethnic lines. Option C, illegal underwriting practice. Option D, offering discounts in certain areas. The correct answer is option D, offering discounts in certain areas. Redlining is an illegal discriminatory practice. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 53. A vehicle used in a carpool under a PAP is: Option A, always excluded. Option B, generally covered if it is a share the expense carpool, not for profit. Option C, excluded if any money changes hands. Option D, only covered with a commercial policy. The correct answer is option A, always excluded. Not-for-profit carpools are typically covered, for hire transportation is excluded. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 54. The duty to defend in a liability policy means: Option A, the insurer must pay all claims regardless of coverage. Option B, the insurer must provide a legal defense against covered claims. Option C, the insured must defend themselves. Option D, the insurer only pays settlements. The correct answer is option C, the insured must defend themselves. The insurer has the duty to defend the insured against suits seeking damages for covered claims. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 55. Garage keepers coverage protects: Option A, the garage building. Option B, customers' vehicles in the garage's custody. Option C, the dealer's inventory. Option D, employee vehicles. The correct answer is option A, the garage building. Garage keepers covers customers' vehicles. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 56. Coverage B of a homeowner's policy covers, option A, the dwelling, option B, other structures, detached from the dwelling, option C, personal property, option D, liability. The correct answer is option B, other structures, detached from the dwelling. Coverage B covers other structures on the premises that are not attached to the dwelling, such as detached garages or sheds. Question 57. The liberalization clause in a property policy, option A, increases premiums, option B, automatically applies any broadening of coverage if the insurer adopts a broader form, option C, cancels the policy, option D, reduces coverage. The correct answer is option C, cancels the policy. Liberalization automatically extends improved coverage to existing policies without additional premium. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 58. The aggregate limit in a liability policy is, option A, the per occurrence limit, option B, the maximum the insurer will pay for all covered losses during the policy period, option C, the deductible, option D, the premium. The correct answer is option D, the premium. The aggregate limit is the total maximum payout for all claims during the policy period. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 59. The ordinance or law exclusion in property policies means, option A, all building code upgrades are covered, option B, the increased cost of complying with building codes after a loss is typically excluded, option C, the policy covers all legal fees, option D, the insured must follow all laws. The correct answer is option D, the insured must follow all laws. Standard policies exclude the additional cost of complying with building codes or ordinances. Coverage can be added by endorsement. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 60. Tail coverage, extended reporting period, provides, option A, coverage for incidents before the retroactive date, option B, an extended period to report claims after a claims-made policy ends, option C, coverage for intentional acts, option D, extended policy limits. The correct answer is option A, coverage for incidents before the retroactive date. Tail coverage extends the reporting period after a claims-made policy is cancelled or non-renewed. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 61. A commercial property policy's outdoor property coverage typically includes, option A, buildings, option B, fences, signs, and plants with sublimits, option C, inventory, option D, equipment. The correct answer is option B, fences, signs, and plants with sublimits. Outdoor property, fences, signs, trees, shrubs, is typically covered with specific sublimits. Question 62. The CGL policy's premium audit provision, option A, is optional, option B, allows the insurer to adjust the premium based on actual exposure, sales, payroll, after the policy period, option C, reduces coverage, option D, has no effect on premium. The correct answer is option B, allows the insurer to adjust the premium based on actual exposure, sales, payroll, after the policy period. Auditable policies allow final premium adjustment based on actual exposure. Question 63. When a driver takes their eyes off the road to send a text message and causes an accident, the basis for the legal claim is most likely, option A, absolute liability, option B, vicarious liability, option C, negligence, option D, no-fault liability. The correct answer is option C, negligence. Negligence is the failure to use the reasonable degree of care that an ordinary person would exercise under similar circumstances. Question 64. The PAP's automatic termination provision terminates coverage, option A, at the end of the policy period, option B, when the insured obtains other insurance on the covered auto, option C, when the premium is paid, option D, at the agent's discretion. The correct answer is option D, at the agent's discretion. If the insured obtains other insurance on a covered auto, the PAP automatically terminates on the effective date of the new policy. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 65. A stock insurance company is owned by, option A, policyholders, option B, stockholders, option C, the government, option D, its employees. The correct answer is option B, stockholders. Stock companies are owned by shareholders who expect to earn a profit. Question 66. An arbitration clause in an insurance policy, option A, requires litigation, option B, requires disputes to be resolved by a neutral third party outside of court, option C, is optional, option D, has no legal effect. The correct answer is option D, has no legal effect. Arbitration is binding and avoids court proceedings. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 67. The CGL policy's medical payments coverage, Option A, requires proof of negligence. Option B, pays reasonable medical expenses for injuries on the insured's premises regardless of fault. Option C, covers the insured's own injuries. Option D, covers employees. The correct answer is option D, covers employees. MedPay is no-fault coverage for injuries to others. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 68. The PAPS arbitration provision applies to Option A, all disputes. Option B, disputes over the amount of damages under UM/UIM coverage. Option C, coverage disputes. Option D, liability disputes. The correct answer is option B, disputes over the amount of damages under UM/UIM coverage. Arbitration is often used to resolve disputes about the value of UM/UIM claims. Question 69. A commercial umbrella policy provides Option A, primary coverage only. Option B, excess liability coverage over underlying policies, potentially with broader coverage. Option C, property coverage. Option D, health insurance. The correct answer is option D, health insurance. Umbrella policies provide additional limits above underlying liability policies. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 70. The pair and set clause in a homeowner's policy means Option A, the insurer pays the full value for one of a pair. Option B, the insurer pays the difference between the value of the pair and the value of the remaining item. Option C, no coverage for pairs. Option D, the insured must surrender the remaining item. The correct answer is option C, no coverage for pairs. The insurer has the option to pay the difference in value or repair/replace the lost item. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 71. An insurance contract is considered a contract of adhesion because Option A, both parties negotiate terms equally. Option B, the insured must accept the contract as written by the insurer. Option C, only one party makes a promise. Option D, the value exchanged is unequal. The correct answer is option A, both parties negotiate terms equally. The insured has no input into policy language and must adhere to the terms written by the insurer. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 72. Underinsured motorist coverage applies when Option A, the at-fault driver has no insurance. Option B, the at-fault driver's limits are insufficient to cover the insured's damages. Option C, the insured is at fault. Option D, the insured has no insurance. The correct answer is option D, the insured has no insurance. UIM covers the gap between the tortfeasor's limits and the insured's damages. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 73. Expediting expenses coverage pays for Option A, normal operating costs. Option B, extra costs to speed up repair or replacement of damaged property. Option C, routine maintenance. Option D, employee wages. The correct answer is option A, normal operating costs. Expediting expenses are additional costs incurred to reduce the period of restoration. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 74. An alien insurer is one that is Option A, incorporated in another state. Option B, incorporated under the laws of a foreign country. Option C, incorporated in the state. Option D, unlicensed. The correct answer is option D, unlicensed. Alien insurers are chartered outside the United States. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 75. Which of the following is not an element of a valid contract? Option A, offer and acceptance. Option B, consideration. Option C, competent parties. Option D, written format always required. The correct answer is option C, competent parties. While many insurance contracts are written, oral contracts can sometimes be valid. The four elements are offer/acceptance, consideration, competent parties, and legal purpose. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 76. A dishonest individual intentionally fakes a slip-and-fall accident to collect insurance money. This behavior is an example of A. Option A, physical hazard. Option B, moral hazard. Option C, morale hazard. Option D, legal hazard. The correct answer is option A, physical hazard. Moral hazards arise from dishonest or fraudulent behavior by the insured. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 77. Coverage F of a homeowner's policy provides Option A, personal liability. Option B, medical payments to others. Option C, dwelling coverage. Option D, personal property. The correct answer is option A, personal liability. Coverage F is medical payments to others. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 78. The pollution exclusion in a commercial property policy. Option A, covers all pollution losses. Option B, excludes loss caused by the release of pollutants unless caused by a specified cause of loss. Option C, covers gradual pollution. Option D, is optional. The correct answer is option D, is optional. Pollution losses are broadly excluded with limited exceptions for specified causes of loss. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 79. The honesty or faithful performance exclusion in a commercial property policy excludes: option A, employee theft; option B, loss caused by dishonest or criminal acts of the insured or others with an interest in the property; option C, all theft; option D, vandalism. The correct answer is option A, employee theft. This exclusion applies to dishonest acts by the insured, partners, or others with a financial interest. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 80. A high-risk driver may be placed in: option A, the standard market; option B, a non-standard insurance market or assigned risk plan; option C, the preferred market; option D, no insurance program exists. The correct answer is option D, no insurance program exists. Non-standard insurers and assigned risk plans serve high-risk drivers. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 81. The period of restoration for business income coverage ends when: option A, the policy expires; option B, the property is repaired or replaced, or business resumes at a new location; option C, the insurer decides; option D, 1 year after the loss. The correct answer is option D, 1 year after the loss. The period ends when the property should be repaired, replaced, or business resumes with reasonable speed. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 82. Under pro rata liability, if two policies each have a $100,000 limit and a $100,000 loss occurs, each pays: option A, $100,000; option B, $50,000; option C, $25,000; option D, $0. The correct answer is option C, $25,000. Each policy pays its proportion, $100,000/$200,000 equals 50% of the loss, each equals $50,000. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 83. The other insurance clause in a commercial auto policy typically provides that: option A, the policy is always primary; option B, for owned autos, the policy is primary; for non-owned, it may be excess; option C, no coverage if other insurance exists; option D, all policies share equally. The correct answer is option D, all policies share equally. For owned autos, the policy is primary; for non-owned autos, the policy may be excess. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 84. The each occurrence limit in a CGL policy is: option A, the annual maximum; option B, the maximum paid for all damages from a single occurrence; option C, the same as the aggregate; option D, the deductible. The correct answer is option A, the annual maximum. The per occurrence limit caps payment per event. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 85. In property insurance, at what point must insurable interest generally exist? Option A, only at the time of policy application; option B, at the time of loss; option C, when the premium is paid; option D, both at application and at the time of loss. The correct answer is option C, when the premium is paid. For property and casualty insurance, insurable interest is required at the time of loss. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 86. The parole evidence rule in insurance means: option A, oral agreements can change the written policy; option B, the written policy is the complete agreement, prior oral statements cannot contradict it; option C, only oral agreements are binding; option D, the policy is not binding. The correct answer is option C, only oral agreements are binding. Parole evidence rule protects the integrity of the written contract. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 87. An intervening cause in negligence: option A, has no effect on liability; option B, breaks the chain of causation, potentially relieving the original negligent party of liability; option C, always increases liability; option D, is the same as proximate cause. The correct answer is option A, has no effect on liability. An intervening cause may be a superseding cause that relieves the original actor of liability. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 88. Collision coverage pays for: option A, fire damage; option B, upset of the vehicle or impact with another object; option C, theft; option D, vandalism. The correct answer is option B, upset of the vehicle or impact with another object. Collision covers rollover or impact with another vehicle or object. Question 89. An insurer must acknowledge a claim within: option A, 1 year; option B, a reasonable time, often specified by state law, example, 10 to 30 days; option C, 6 months; option D, no time limit. The correct answer is option D, no time limit. State laws specify timeframes for claim acknowledgement. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 90. The statute of limitations for filing suit on an insurance claim, option A, is unlimited. Option B limits the time within which a lawsuit must be filed, varies by state and policy. Option C is always 1 year. Option D is always 5 years. The correct answer is option A, is unlimited. The policy or state law sets a time limit for suit. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 91. Uninsured motorist, coverage typically pays for. Option A, damage to the insured's vehicle from a hit-and-run driver. Option B, bodily injury to the insured caused by an uninsured or hit-and-run driver. Option C, property damage from uninsured drivers in all states. Option D, all hit-and-run property damage. The correct answer is option C, property damage from uninsured drivers in all states. Primarily covers bodily injury from uninsured motorists. Some states also have property damage. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 92. The HO5 form covers personal property on what basis? Option A, named perils. Option B, open perils. Option C, actual cash value. Option D, market value. The correct answer is option D, market value. HO5, comprehensive form, provides open perils on both dwelling and personal property. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 93. An installation floater covers. Option A, real estate. Option B, building materials and equipment during installation. Option C, completed buildings. Option D, vehicles. The correct answer is option B, building materials and equipment during installation. Installation floaters cover materials, fixtures, and equipment during installation before they become a permanent part of the building. Question 94. Physical damage coverage for dealers under a garage form is typically written on A. Option A, named perils basis only. Option B, blanket basis covering all dealer inventory. Option C, scheduled basis only. Option D, actual cash value only. The correct answer is option A, named perils basis only. Dealers typically need blanket coverage for fluctuating inventory. In this rotation, A is correct. Question 95. The earth movement exclusion in property policies typically excludes. Option A, fire following earthquake. Option B, earthquake, landslide, and mudslide. Option C, theft. Option D, vandalism. The correct answer is option B, earthquake, landslide, and mudslide. Earth movement, earthquake, landslide, mudslide, is excluded, but fire following earthquake is typically covered. Question 96. Estoppel prevents a party from. Option A, filing a claim. Option B, denying a fact that has been previously established by their actions. Option C, paying premiums. Option D, canceling a policy. The correct answer is option D, canceling a policy. Estoppel prevents someone from asserting something contrary to what their previous actions or statements implied. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 97. Liquor liability insurance covers. Option A, all alcohol-related incidents. Option B, bodily injury and property damage caused by an intoxicated person served alcohol by the insured business. Option C, the insured's own alcohol consumption. Option D, only property damage. The correct answer is option D, only property damage. Liquor liability covers businesses that sell, serve, or furnish alcohol for claims arising from their alcohol service. In this rotation, D is correct. Question 98. A combined single limit, CSL, for liability. Option A, separates bodily injury and property damage limits. Option B, provides one limit for all bodily injury and property damage arising from one accident. Option C, only covers bodily injury. Option D, only covers property damage. The correct answer is option B, provides one limit for all bodily injury and property damage arising from one accident. CSL provides a single dollar limit for all buy and PD from one occurrence. Question 99. Cargo coverage in a trucker's policy covers. Option A, the truck itself. Option B, goods being transported that belong to others. Option C, the driver's personal items. Option D, the trailer only. The correct answer is option C, the driver's personal items. Motor truck cargo covers the carrier's liability for damage to cargo. In this rotation, C is correct. Question 100. Which of the following perils is typically excluded from a standard unendorsed homeowner's policy? Option A, fire. Option B, windstorm. Option C, flood. Option D, theft. The correct answer is option C, flood. Flood, earthquake, and mudslide are standard exclusions on most property policies and require separate policies.